In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said,
Let there be light.
There was light. God saw the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light
Day,
and the darkness He called it.
night.
And this was the first day. And God said,
Let there be a space between the waters to separate the water from the water.
and it was so. God called the space,
Sky.
and this was the second day. And God said,
Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear.
and it was so. God called the dry ground,
Land,
and the gathered waters, He called it.
seas.
And God saw it was good. Then God said,
Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruits with seeds in it, according to their various kinds.
and it was so. God saw it was good. And this was the third day. And God said,
Let there be lights in the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as a sign to mark the sacred times and days and years, and let them be lights in the sky to give light on the earth.
and it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the sky to give light on the earth, to rule the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw it was good. And this was the fourth day. And God said,
Let the waters be filled with living creatures, and let the birds fly above the earth across the space of the sky.
And God saw it was good. God blessed them and said,
Be fruitful and increase in numbers, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth.
And this was the fifth day. And God said,
Let the land produce living creatures according to their kind, livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind.
and it was so. And God saw it was good. Then God said,
Let us make mankind in our own image, in our own likeness, so they may rule over the fish of the seas and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground.
So God created humankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. God blessed them and said to them,
Be fruitful and increase in numbers. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the seas and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that move on the ground.
Then God said,
I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seeds in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food.
And it was so. God saw all he had made, and it was very good. And this was the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast rich beauty. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing so. On the seventh day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done.
Exodus 20, verses 8 through 11, Amplified Bible. Remember the Sabbath, seventh day, to keep it holy, set apart, dedicated to God. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is a Sabbath, a day of rest dedicated to the Lord your God. On that day you shall not do any work, you or your son, or your daughter, or your male servant, or your female servant, or your livestock, or the temporary resident, foreigner, who stays within your city gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and everything that is in them. And he rested, ceased on the seventh day. That is why the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy, that is, set it apart for his purpose.